Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Friends with Death Benefits. I'm Tiff Mussman, and I'm in the studio with my two pals, Justin and Joe. And we're just sitting around, shooting the shit. Not hitting anything super heavy tonight. Just enjoying each other's company, talking about the holidays. So glad you could join us. Thanks.
How's it going, everybody? Another episode of Friends with Death Benefits. It's Justin hanging out with my friends. Tiff's here.
Hey.
Joe's hanging out with us tonight.
Hello.
We're going to play it real loose. We came in and we thought, what should we talk about? I'm like, you know what? Let's just talk about it and see what happens.
That's right. No agenda.
We always figure it out.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. We haven't been in here since the Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
How am I?
Yes.
Okay. Proud to report, I am currently emotionally stable. What was that?
Stabler?
Stabler. Is that a word? Stabler. I'm more stable.
No, I don't mean to doubt you. I tease. I'm
more
happy
emotionally
to hear that.
stable. It feels pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting for the bottom to fall out, but I'm gonna ride this wave as long as I can.
What was that game, that board game in like the 80s and 90s, that Thin Ice game where like...
Don't break the ice.
Yeah, don't break the ice, or you put the little
mallet
blocks on it.
Yeah.
No,
like,
you try and knock the blocks off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
He has a little mallet.
Yeah, like each one of those things is like...
My emotional stability.
Yeah, and it just like slowly deteriorates and then
yeah.
before it falls out, you know, but like you said, it's fun while you're playing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm just getting over COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was freaking out about that for a hot minute.
Yeah. So this is kind of interesting. I had it, no symptoms, except for some fatigue and
right
stuff like
after
that.
the last, like not long after we recorded last
Right.
couple.
Yeah, like 2 days after we recorded, I tested positive. Did my quarantine thing, whatever. And then when I went back, like 2 days after I went back to work, I started getting sick. I started getting the symptoms, like fever for 3 days. I lost my taste and smell. You can still hear it in my voice. I'm a little nasally. Really messed with my stomach, like really bad. I wasn't expecting that. Today was the first day I've had a full meal in 8 days. I just didn't eat.
And this is after you were clear?
Yeah.
Did you take another test or do you just, you did? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Clear.
Because then you test, so you tested clear,
Mm-hmm.
and then you test, once you started feeling sick, you tested positive
because I thought
again.
I must have a sinus infection, whatever. And then it was like 3 days of fever on and off. And I'm like, I'm going to check, or whatever. But what are the chances you get it like within a week of each other,
Right.
or whatever. But yeah, so I ended up getting like basically like delayed symptoms. So I don't know I'm not sure what happened there.
You
but
got sick one way
I
or
got
the other.
really sick from it, and it really jerked my chain a little, messed me up. But anyways, I'm recovered almost. I can smell pretty much.
That's sorry.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good.
That
I'm
was a
alive.
cheap joke. Oh, the whole
Yeah.
you said I could
Shoulda
smell
showered
when
it,
you're hanging
damn.
out.
Oh yeah. Got it.
Two dirty
Okay.
boys.
Okay.
but,
Got it.
Low hanging fruit. I'm better than that. Hold me to a
You
higher
are.
standard for funny.
You are better than that. But yeah, that's it. I just got back from Fargo. I went to Fargo last weekend to visit a friend and got stuck in a blizzard naturally because that's what Fargo does, and that was fun.
Fargo's gonna blizzard.
It's gonna blizzard, man.
You
It's
shoulda
so
known.
blizzard. It's
You
so
just thought
blizzardy.
I'm gonna go there without a coat.
Yeah. I messaged Justin. I'm like, dude, I'm on my way to Fargo. I leave the balmy tropics of Mason City at 45, 50 degrees, go to Fargo without a coat because I'm like,
You
it's
tell me
warm.
these things, and you make me at 36 years old, like scald you like a grandpa. It's just like you need a jacket.
You're gonna need a
You
jacket.
give me no
Wait.
other options.
If you don't put a string on your mittens, you're going to lose them.
Oh my God, the
Run
string
that
mittens.
through your jackets.
Do it.
I worry, Tiff.
I know you do. And no hat, no coat. And I shaved my head the day before Thanksgiving. I had a Britney Spears breakdown and shaved my head. And bad time of year to do that. And bad decision to leave a coat and a hat at home and go to Fargo. So that's cute. It's fine.
I'd expect no less from you.
Right. But I'm here. I lived. It's fine. Without frostbite.
And I like that as we just understand each other to the point that you're like, I went full Britney and sent me a picture of your bald head, and I went, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
That girl looks good.
You definitely did.
Got a good head for that.
Thank you. I'm digging it. I freaked out. I cried a lot. My friend Liz shaved my head, and my other friend Abby, Bo's wife, held my hand while I just sobbed. And I sat on the edge of the bathtub, and Liz shaved my head, and we just had a real sisterhood.
What made you decide to do it?
So it's something I've been talking about for like a better part of 10 years. In fact,
This is the shortest you've ever gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a handshake deal with my hairstylist that I would shave my head on my 40th birthday. And then,
because you've had it pretty short.
I've had it short. Yeah. And then Ethan died, and my birthday was shortly after that. And so I didn't do it. But, I just feel like there's a lot of transformation happening in my life, and a lot of, I struggled for a really long time with like identity issues, and just wanting to be seen and wanting to like really be complimented and things like that. And over the last several years, it's become less and less important to me. And I kind of just wanted to shed that last layer of old skin. And because, I've said before on the show, is the person I was before doesn't exist anymore. And I never have felt more like that statement is true than my current headspace. So I've been working really hard on some trauma stuff, and I'm doing some PTSD work and shadow work and stuff like that. So I'm like, now's a good time just to be done with it and just really lean heavily on my inner instead of my outer. And yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't prod too deep when you told me, because I kind of wanted to talk to you about it in person.
Yeah.
Real question.
Yeah.
Are you burning the hell out of your eyes with shampoo?
No.
Okay.
Quick
No.
showers, probably, huh?
Yeah, pretty quick.
Because I've always found when I get my biannual haircut that for like a week, I'm just like, dear God, why? I don't need 2 pumps. 1 pump is enough.
Okay. I will say I did have to figure out the hard way on how much shampoo I was using, or whatever. But I was able to keep it like out of my eyes for sure. But I was like, this is awful sudsy for this little do I got going on here. So I will second that.
It
Yeah.
won't stop.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But so yeah, it's good. That's good. I just wanted to try to like match my friend Justin with his short hairdo.
There it is. There it was.
Yeah, I knew you wanted to hear.
There we go.
Yeah. What are the imitations a form of flattery or something like that?
Well, then go full skullet.
Oh, challenge
Yeah, you kept it a little thick on the top there.
Yeah.
I want to stay married.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I managed.
Inner beauty.
Oh,
Inner
thank
beauty.
you, Joe.
Like I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have. Yeah.
If there's questions raised, just say this is a test, and it's a simple one.
Okay.
Do you love me?
Yes.
So harsh.
Can we
to-
keep the lights on tonight? So
She just said if her hair looked like mine, her husband would leave her. It's
Okay.
a shame you can't eat your makeup so you could be pretty on the inside too, Tim.
I'm over people giving me compliments. Let me tear down Justin.
I was trying to be all supportive of everything
No.
you're doing, asking you how you are.
Can you imagine me with a skullet though? Let's get out of here.
I could download Face App and we could do a little swap
Ooh,
thing here. And
I love that idea. You wanna?
I don't think you're ready for that. You're not ready to look in the mirror and see this. You're not mentally prepared for that.
I think I could pull it off if I had the great beard, but it would just look ridiculous.
I feel like
without
I've been
beard.
lucky enough to as my hairline has receded, my confidence has risen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my talent, in my opinion, as I've been working at it. So now
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at a good place where you'd be hard pressed to tell me I'm not kick ass. You know what I mean? And
I love it.
regardless of the lack of hair on the top of my
Yeah.
head. So
that's like me with my,
Yeah.
going bald.
Yeah,
and it's like,
We're good at
Joe,
other
and I'm like,
stuff.
I don't care. I got a wife. I got kids. My
Yeah.
kids don't care.
Yeah.
Kids aren't like, I don't love you, Dad.
we're fun to
You
be
don't
around.
bald.
You seem like you have a lot of hair.
I do.
Yeah.
But it's kind of going away back here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're back. Yeah. Yeah. Joe has had a plethora of hairdos since we started doing the show. And, it's so weird. Every time we come to the studio, I don't know why, but I always expect him to have the mullet.
Sure.
And I do.
It's wishful thinking.
It is. It is hands down the most appropriately placed mullet ever.
I like to think it'll become a seasonal thing.
I hope so.
Might be, maybe every third variant.
Yeah,
I'll bring the mullet back.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's good.
So we've got Delta, we've got Omicron. So as soon as we get to Xenu,
Xenu.
I'm not up on my Greek alphabet. So
How often do you really get your hair cut?
usually, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, 6 months, something
Really?
like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is it because
Barbers hate this one trick. Not caring.
is Bailey the one that's kind of on you like,
No, she doesn't care.
Joe, you
No.
got to get your hair cut.
She
man."
she gets upset because when I get my hair cut, I get my goatee trimmed. And like right now it's, I don't know, 3-4 inches long, something like that. And I'll get it cut down to a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. And she doesn't like that.
She likes it
So,
long.
yeah.
Longer. Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I got like the, I don't know, it's not really a double chin, but it's just a lot of chin.
It's the super chin.
Whatever that is underneath there.
Ultimate
Yeah.
chin.
Ultimate chin.
Not like Chad chin, but like, it's
Yes.
yeah, like the fat part.
The
I got a
fat
fat lower head.
He's got a chin
I get
fupa.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin may have a fat lower head. We
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
have no idea.
We don't
It's-
know.
I mean, you'll never know.
I've only ever seen one picture with you without facial hair. Yeah. Back in your days when you had the curly, Greek
Mhm.
curly hair. Yeah.
So first you want to acknowledge I don't have any hair. Now you want to just bring up the days that I did and just,
How luscious and great it was. Yeah. But it took a long time to do it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you miss that?
No,
No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
No. No.
Don't
no.
I was going to say that I missed hanging out with you too, but that's suddenly fading. I don't know.
Just like his hairline.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Boom.
Oh.
Hey, we all get one low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit.
And
Oh,
I just
Man.
say that because it was somewhat funny.
it was funny.
Okay.
I'm,
was
the
funny.
I'm just as good at taking the jokes as I am at giving them out. So
Yeah. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
it was all right,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I didn't really have a ton of expectations necessarily.
It's best. It's best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just decided to do kind of like an open house type thing where like we cooked a bunch of food and we're like, if people could come over to eat at night, cool. If you can come over during the day and hang out, cool. If you want to come over way later, and cool,
Mhm.
whatever, we're down for whatever. And we had a flowing group of people come. My dad came by during the day. I hadn't hung out with
Oh,
him in a
wow.
while. That was interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And, and it's like we talked about this where it's like, oh yeah, I got to hang out with my dad and that was great and that should be a positive thing. But it's easy to think of all the,
Oh yeah.
the negatives. Like I couldn't help but think about he came over. So he's remarried and she has 2 sons that are, one's my age and one's 2 years younger than me. And they both have wives and kids. And he's very much dad and grandpa now to them in his later middle age, in a way that he never was.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the dude's softball games and shit. You know what I mean? Like he's real fucking involved, and it's just adorable. And like they're not like, for some reason they don't dig me and Liz for some reason.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get not digging my sister because she's a little intense.
Mm-hmm.
Meth addicts and acquired taste. I get that. But like they'll be like, for years when they first were together, it would be like, oh, and this was when mom was still around and mom got my attention. Mom got my priorities. So Christmas Eve, whatever my mom wanted, she, you know what I mean? There was no questions there. So he didn't try that hard. And it was always like, oh, well, you guys can come over the week after Thanksgiving and we'll make something to eat and exchange, or Christmas and exchange gifts, or Thanksgiving. Like we could do a second meal with you guys if you want. They weren't interested in mingling the two.
Mm.
And then even since mom's passed, now it's like, I sent that message out to all my friends and family, letting them know about what our plan was. And my dad came over and he's like, yeah, wanted to hang out with you for a bit. I'm like, you got some stuff going on for Thanksgiving otherwise? He's like, yeah.
Mm,
And then, please don't ask me what, you know what I mean?
right.
And I couldn't help but think to myself, like, between him, his wife, her kids, the whole lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, never once in their planning did a single one of them go, we should probably invite Justin to this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not even a thought. Like, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
anything to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been tough for me lately.
Yeah.
The lack of family.
Yep.
All the commercials with all the people doing family shit and
Mm-hmm.
generations of happiness. It's just like,
Right.
it's all gone for me. I never thought at 36 it would be all gone.
Sure.
Like all of it.
Mhm.
Wiped out. I'm the
Yeah.
last of it. You know what I mean?
That's so
Me and my
crazy.
tweaker sister somewhere in a basement. Nothing else.
That's
It's gone.
so crazy.
It is. It's very strange. And you're just heavily reminded of it this time of year. But
Yeah.
that being said, to get back to your question, Thanksgiving surprisingly was okay. I had friends around and we conversed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nice. Yeah.
me
How
and you, I mean.
Oh yeah.
so-
How was yours, Joe?
Good. We stayed home.
Okay.
Bailey had to work before and after. And so I thought I bought a turkey loin,
Mm.
which maybe not isn't even a thing. I have no
yeah.
idea.
Is there a loin of a turkey?
I have no idea. But you know what a pork loin looks like, right?
Right.
This was turkey and it looked like that in the store.
Okay.
And then we got it home and it was actually 2 turkey breasts.
Oh.
And so we cooked that up in like 17 side dishes and watched
Nice.
football. And that was
Okay.
it. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds like a decent.
put up the tree on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday? I don't know. Sometime that weekend we put up the tree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Did you get your tree up, Justin?
I did. Same. We did it Friday
Yeah.
after Thanksgiving. I have a tradition every year of trying to talk my gullible wife into believing that the neck of the turkey is its genitals.
I love that.
And even though every year I set her straight, she loves me and trusts me enough that there's those few seconds when I first do it where she's like, "Where really? That turkey's packing?" Like,
they're growers, not showers.
yeah,
You didn't know that about turkeys.
Oh my god.
I like this year I pulled it out of the cavity and she's standing there. Did you want the dick or? Shut up. I'm like, it's not. I go, it is. She's like, is it? It's not. I know it's not.
So what
That
is
was
the
enough for me.
what is the purpose of packing that in there?
People use it to like
Is that like
make
broth?
stock. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
and like gravy and things like that. Save the neck for me, Clark.
Dick gravy. Staple at my Thanksgiving table.
Oh wow.
Put that on a shirt and sell it.
Doesn't it have bones in it? Yeah, I mean the neck's got a vertebrae in it and it's all like it just feels
It's
weird.
hard to come by boneless turkey neck.
After
Someone
I
who
said
have
it, I was like,
taken
you
the-
are an idiot, Tiff. Wow. It's fine. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
It's fine. We didn't have turkey
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving. No, we spent it with some friends and Bo Stringer.
Are they vegans?
No.
Okay.
No.
Would you go to a vegan Thanksgiving? Not to interrupt you.
100%.
You would?
I would.
If they're good cooks, I'd give it
Oh
a
yeah.
try.
Some
I'd like not that I got anything
Yeah.
against vegans, but I
but
mean
it
like
seems like it's out of place.
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Could do they do tofu? Is
I'd
tofu
assume.
vegan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tofu's all right.
Tofu's all right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean
No,
to
no, no,
interrupt.
no, no.
Okay.
I had a friend, just side note, whatever, whose mom and sister went vegan for some time, and they had for Thanksgiving one year they had a regular little turkey breast, and then they made this weird turkey shaped item or whatever.
Was it like their hand in tofu cut out?
With little
And then they used
feathered
food
like
coloring
That's great.
like a profile of a cartoon turkey. Turkey.
with the pilgrim hat.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah.
googly eyes.
Oh,
I love it. No, we smoked brisket and ribs.
Ooh.
Ooh, and it was good. And we had collard greens and all kinds of different salads and charcuterie. Oh, it was fire. Just great. It was really good food. So, yeah, Bo and my friend Nathan are master meat smokers,
Mhm.
much like yourself. And yeah, so we just enjoyed that, hung out, and all that good jazz. So it was decent. I
got there.
only got sad like once, alone by myself in the bathroom, and
I had some moments, but
yeah,
We got through it.
You know, something I'm kind of struggling with this year, like how you were saying about the Christmas commercials and like everybody with their, jolly families and stuff like that. Christmas cards like that I get in the mail, because everybody's Christmas cards nowadays are their families in matching pajamas.
Is it just the kids or is it the adults too?
It's the whole lot of them.
The whole family? Because
Yeah.
the ones I've seen so far, we haven't gotten any, but we were at family this weekend, was just the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's odd. Why
Yeah.
why is mom and dad not there?
I have gotten those in the past.
You
I have
know,
got
I don't think, personally speaking, I don't want to be the dude that just has a fridge full of pictures of random people's children.
Especially in pajamas, like in the
Oh,
woods.
yeah.
I'm gonna have a
in
hard time
running
explaining
pose.
that down when the law shows up for unrelated reasons.
And for more wholesome reasons, I would be like, I don't know who the hell's kids those are.
fair.
Yeah.
You know, like
Fair.
I know your
Sure.
parents.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
my
that's not
kids
going to
know
help
you.
your argument either when the cops are like, whose kids are these? And you're like, not sure.
No idea.
Not even super sure. The thought I'd hang them up, so I look at them every time I try to get a glass of milk. Like,
Why in the bathroom mirror? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Could have thought that one
God.
through.
Where's the weirdest place you could put your Christmas cards? Do you put them on the fridge? Do you put them on
Well,
the
okay, so I
doorway?
used to hang like a ribbon and have like little clothespins and hang
Yeah.
them that way, like on the mantle or whatever. But now I just I don't even put them up. But I had I can't remember if it was my grandma or somebody taped them all around every door jamb.
Yeah, door jams popular.
Yeah. So
We
I don't
have
know.
the China hutch or something, and we'll stick them in the
yeah.
stuff on that.
Yeah. But then at the end of the, end of the season, when you're like cleaning up, and taking your tree down and stuff, do you feel guilty of throwing the cards away?
I think we keep them, and I'm gonna try and find them and maybe do like a Hall of Fame door
Ooh.
jam. So we've got the
yeah.
modern door jam, China hutch,
returned
and then the Hall of Fame one. So it's like, oh, why do you have that one up? Well, that was a really good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes a good? I got to tell you about my ultimate Christmas card idea that I've always wanted to do. And now obviously we'll be one person short, so it may not be as funny, but I've always wanted to do where you're in like matching like crew neck sweaters where you're all faced the same way and you're kind of like with your, chest to back kind of thing where you're kind of all looking at the camera, but only everybody has a neck tat. Like a stick-on neck tat that just says like
Very
Kyle's
Mason
baby.
City.
Very Mason City for sure.
You know how we've been talking about how I was going to wait to come up with any Ethan jokes until I felt like it was
appropriate.
something worth the shit.
Yeah.
I think I might have something.
Okay, hit me with it. I'm excited.
What if you guys all wore matching sweaters and you got one for Ethan's box?
Oh, that's pretty okay. Actually, I kind of like that.
He'd be included. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how hard it is to come by box sweaters.
Oh, it's a handcrafted item.
List of crochets. I don't know.
Oh.
What's your color?
Wow. Okay.
Something to match the mahogany of the box. I don't know.
Oh, yikes. That's a great thought.
Yeah,
That's a great thought.
it's festive.
It's so festive.
I don't have friends, so I don't get Christmas cards.
And family. You don't have any
Yeah, I
family
don't.
yet?
It's a lonely mantle. I don't have a mantle. There's no mantle.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
it's good to hear you guys talk about.
Do you hang stockings?
For fun or like for
like your Christmas
next to the
stockings?
pictures of the children that get sent to me? I do. Yeah.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. We got one for Milas and one for the dog.
One for the dog. Okay. Are they
Yeah.
matching or are they
Mine and Grace's, or mine, that'd be weird. Mine and Grace's are not Alyssa's. She's not part of this. Me and Alyssa's match, and Grace's has like dogs, like,
Okay.
it's like dog themed. It's got a dog on it
Mhm.
or something. I can't remember exactly, but
Nice. Do you get? You guys get an ornament every year too for your tree, right?
yeah, we've been doing that for the past several years where we pick out it.
Did you do it yet?
We have. We went once and we didn't see anything we liked at the one store we went to, so we're gonna go again. But we each pick out an ornament that like reminds us of each other.
I think I
and
want to adopt that.
you should.
That's a pretty cool
I'm up,
idea.
I'd be glad to
Yeah.
pass that
Yeah.
on to you guys
Thanks.
too.
A lot of memories putting the ornaments up.
For sure. That's
Because then
a
that's the other thing
toughie.
is every year now, like this year, as we pulled out those, like I think we've done it for like 3 or 4 years,
Mhm.
and like as we pull those ones out, it's like, oh hey, look at.
Yeah.
look
Oh
at-
yeah.
Oh, hey.
We when we were putting up the tree, we found like this little bell, and it says "Baby's First Christmas," and that we got that from my mother-in-law the year that we were pregnant with Claire, and and then you have like all the handmade ornaments that the kids make and all that stuff. So that's some of it's really bittersweet, like with Ethan, because
Mhm.
obviously, but yeah, it is kind of fun to like go through them and be like, "Ah, this is when our
Right.
life wasn't so horribly sad."
I had my first like full on ball moment in a while. This last weekend, we there's like one last bedroom in the back corner that's like there's only 2 of us and we have a 3-bedroom house, so 2 of the bedrooms are just storage, and like the clutter was just getting to me, so I was like, we should declutter this room. And a big reason why I'd avoided it is because all my mom's pictures from her
You
funeral are in
mentioned,
there.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so Sunday we went through the room, and I haven't sat down with the pictures yet, which is something I'm gonna have to do soon. But we went through that room, and I was kind of sitting in the chair, and Liz kind of she had something in her hand and had that look on her face, like when you're trying real hard not to cry,
Mhm.
like your spouse's, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to hold it together face, especially now, like.
Yeah.
And she handed me like a gift bag that like you'd put someone's Christmas present in or something when you didn't want to wrap it, and it had the sticker on it said "To Gracie from Grandma," and it was my mom's handwriting. Fell apart
Done. Yeah.
for like I'm almost doing it now for like an hour. Just
Yeah.
couldn't stop. And she's like, "Do you want me to?" And I didn't want to let go of the bag
Yeah.
for some reason. And it just like, and that's when you just remember like hardcore, like how big of a void
Mhm.
that person not being there,
Mhm.
has left. Not that it's not there all the time, but it's those moments where it's like,
Yeah.
this is fucking huge, dude. Like, and it's still right there.
Yeah, we were talking that day or a couple days later or whatever, and I had been putting up the Christmas decorations too, and my big thing was hanging the stockings, like you were saying, Joe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I only hung 3 up. I didn't even hang up Ethan's. I don't even know. I think I may have packed it away last winter or last Christmas in a fury of whatever. And like the juggling, do I put it up? Do I still put it up there? Do I not put it up there? Is it going to be harder to look at it?
Does Santa bring him a gift?
Right.
Like, is
Right.
he going to get confused?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I didn't like that. I did not like that.
Yeah,
feeling.
there's like, which version of upset do I want to be?
Yeah.
Him not being on the wall, or the him being on the wall not being there to.
Mm-hmm. It being empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
It's
I
tough.
ended up not putting it up there, but yeah. But then I feel like I'm doing some kind of like disservice to him. Like I've just erased that part of him from our Christmas, And I don't know. Maybe it'll.
Box sweater.
But I know, right? The box sweater. So great.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I could always get an oversized stocking, put the box in the stocking. Be like, hey, look, Ethan, you got something for. Oh, it's you. It's you, buddy.
you got yourself for Christmas.
Oh, it's a Christmas miracle.
tonight we were watching Home Alone 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was on, and she's like, my wife, she's like, are you feeling Christmassy? I'm like, well, fuck no, but I'm trying my best
Of
to do
course.
the little things. And so we were watching that, and it gets to the part at the end where he's lost in New York, and
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
he's
okay. I was trying to remember the
he's,
plot.
He's
Yeah.
the beginning, they're going on like a Florida vacation, and he's like, they don't even have Christmas trees in Florida. Why would you want to go there? And he's like super into Christmas trees. And I don't know why he eventually prays to this Christmas tree, essentially, like it's going to answer like his prayers, or like it's like a tree genie, or exactly what the plot hole was there. But he gets to this big, huge Christmas tree in Central Park, New York City. And he basically is just like, I don't care about anything else. He's like, if I could just see my mom. And I didn't.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, haven't found that tree yet. Because then she pops up right behind him, like,
Right.
Kevin? He's like, that was fast. I'm like, fuck you, Kevin. And fuck your tree, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like Hollywood magic bullshit.
Gosh. Yeah.
But no, it's things like that all the way to like I told you, I saw a commercial that was just like this family just sitting around, just being real happy to be together. And it was very Christmassy with music and cookies and lights. And it just hit me, and I just felt at loss. And then there's like Sensodyne toothpaste. You should just like, son of a bitch. I'm tearing up at toothpaste commercials. This is bad stuff. Like, I'm not doing good.
I am
here.
not healthy.
And so, it's the holidays.
La 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 la.
But
Oh man.
I don't know.
Yeah. It seems a little less stingy right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's like I said, there's little moments that are just like, oh man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's coming. Regardless.
Hmm.
Oh well.
It seems to be like it used to be such a thing that I would like, and maybe it's a thing. It's not so much the loss thing as it is just growing up thing, and I didn't notice it, but it used to be such a countdown and such a like can't wait, like Christmas is so many weeks away, or like, oh my gosh, like Christmas is coming, like it cannot get here quick enough. And now it's just like, oh jeez, it's almost Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like gonna be here and gone. And
Yeah. Hurry
And,
up. That's the way I feel. Go
yeah,
Get it.
and
get it here.
There was a 10-year period of my life where I just could care less. Almost borderline hated Christmas.
Yeah.
your kids probably changed that, I imagine.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, right on its head. But it was like, being in radio, it's Christmas nonstop for a month, and everything is Christmas commercials. And how come you didn't put Jingle Bells in the background of that commercial? And I'm like, because every other one has it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
do something
Yeah,
different.
right.
Put Slayer in the background. I'll pay for it. And then the kids came, and then it was like, oh, Christmas again, But I get where you're at, where it's like,
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, this again. Jesus.
Yeah. And it feels like it just comes so fast. And it's like, jeez.
That was just Thanksgiving.
I can't wait for Christmas to be over. And I want to like get to a more jolly place. But I've said it before, like Christmas has never been like a joyful time for me. Like, when I was a kid or anything like that. And then, like you said, Joe, like having kids really turns it on his head, and then that bubble got popped. And so I'm going to have to rebuild it all back up again. So hopefully maybe someday but it's like, it's the commercialism and like the weird selfishness of stuff and things. And like, right now, a lot of the news and stuff are a couple weeks prior to Thanksgiving was get your holiday shopping done now because there's a shortage on this and that. And
Everything's on the boats.
everything's on the freighters and whatever. And it's like, quick, get it done. And it's like people are dying and don't have jobs and, and it's like, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. It's never become more evident to me about the consumerism and the part of it than probably this year for me.
But what if you got like a really good deal? Then do you kind of look past the consumerism and be like, 45% off is 45%
That's pretty
off.
good.
Do you guys feel like it hasn't even begun to get gross yet? Like in another week, there's going to be people like trying to tube out to those boats. Like, I'll get it myself.
With their little Santa hats on and stuff, just paddling away.
Not my Christmas.
No. Make a Christmas great again.
One trip across the ocean.
Oh, wow.
See, I've been buying, I actually bought stuff off Etsy for the first time ever in my life.
It's good stuff.
A friend of mine, their family, they make stuff. I think. I don't even know if they make it. They may just be like a middleman that's like getting it from somebody that makes it.
Yeah.
And then they put like $5 more on it, and then they sell it to people, and they're like, look at this handmade stuff, but they never said they made it.
Right.
So I don't know. They could be.
I order a lot of stuff from Etsy and I like it. It's all good quality stuff.
Yeah. So I think it'll be nice because it's like, oh, here it's
Yeah.
meaningful.
And
It's
you're
got
kind of
this.
you're kind of
supporting the little guy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. Yeah. I don't know. I like that.
Even though for some reason the shipping is 8 times more expensive than it should be.
Yeah. I ordered some soap. I use like natural leaf lard soap because my skin gets really dry in the wintertime. And the only place I've been able to really find it is on Etsy. And so I ordered from a couple different makers or whatever. And this one lady, I ordered 1 bar of soap because I just wanted to try it. And I waited for like 8 weeks for this bar of soap. And I'm emailing her and messaging her because, with shipping and things like that and the world's really crazy, maybe it was whatever, got lost in the fray. And an old girl would just like not email me back. And so I messaged her like 4 or 5 times and finally I had to made a claim to Etsy and was like, yo, I never got my product or whatever.
I'm trying to get this bar of soap.
I'm trying to get this bar of soap,
And this
yo.
lady's being super slippery about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that show. And so as soon as I made the claim,
Trying to wash my hands of this whole deal.
keep going. Keep going. I love it. You're all washed up. Anyways, long story short, they refunded my money. But then like a couple days later, the seller contacted me and said, I'm so sorry. I had some crazy stuff going on, whatever. And she ended up sending me a free bar of soap anyway. But
It's a lot of work for free soap.
well, I just wanted my refund.
Do you
That's
feel
it.
like after it's all done, like just cleansed away all the shit that you had?
Yes, I feel squeaky clean
That's
about it.
good.
Yeah.
I was gifted a custom piece of glass art from Etsy
Really?
once. Yeah,
Wow.
I still have it.
Do you mean a custom piece of glass
Art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Art.
That's exactly what I mean.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
functional art.
Functional. Wow. Hands-on type stuff.
Yeah,
Very cool.
industrial in ways, I suppose.
That's
Can kind of change your perspective on life depending on how you look at it.
right.
I'm into
Yeah.
art, man.
Yeah.
Love that.
Always been an art lover.
Always. Joe, you just got back from Vegas.
Vegas was awesome.
What did you do there?
Before we get into that, let's
Yeah.
remind people that send in your questions
Oh yeah.
to the Friends with Death Benefits. You can go to the YouTube page,
Mhm.
depending on where you listen to this at, and just leave a comment on any one of the
Yeah.
videos.
We'd like to do a Q&A episode where we just take like listeners' questions. I mean, nothing's really off the table.
it can be about soap.
It could be.
Yeah, it can be
Etsy
about any
accounts.
topics we've covered over
Yeah.
the last year and however long. It can be
Yeah.
maybe things you've wondered about that
Yeah.
we haven't covered.
hmm Even if you just have like a thought about something, like,
Yeah.
hey, have you ever thought about blah blah blah?
We'd be glad to shout you out and
Yeah.
talk
Love to know
about
what's
it.
going on in those noggins of yours out there.
How do you handle the holidays
Oh yeah.
if you're missing a loved one?
That's a good. Yeah.
Do you keep them in the back of your mind, the front of your mind? How do you,
hmm
let us know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's no questions, no wrong questions,
Right. Love that.
all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff.
Hit us up with some questions, guys. We'll post about it too again on our Facebook page and then on our YouTube.
yeah, I
platform
did
also.
want to shout out. Like I said, we've always, we get messages
hmm
from different people, and we just got someone that had touched base with us before. A really cool person named Becky Byer reached out to us again and said that she's been listening, the entire time we've been doing the show, and that she doesn't know if she would have gotten through the stuff she's going through without the show, and that's
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
so cool. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to say hey and
Yes.
thanks for listening because I assume you still are. So
Yeah. Love love when people can like reach out to us and just open up.
it's
about
very cool.
their
It makes me feel
experiences with it.
really.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so much less empty.
Is the Gmail a way people can contact? I should know these things.
Yeah,
but
you can
friends
contact-
with death
yeah.
benefits
Friends with
at
Death Benefits.
Mostly
at
it's
Gmail.
been on our Facebook page
Oh,
that
okay.
we've gotten most of our.
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
email. That's a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's where we've gotten most of our
Tinder.
correspondence. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grinder.
Yeah.
Justin's
yeah,
on Grindr.
Farmers Only.
Oh,
I
always forget about farmers.
Yeah,
only.
Christian Mingle.
Christian mingle. Yeah, I'm not into dating Christians right now, but farmers.
Yeah. Oh, the dating. I didn't know.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to mingle.
Is that what those are all for?
That's yes,
Oh.
yes. It's not just meaningless hookups. You
Oh,
you
So-
harlot.
yeah.
Do you want to hear some trauma I'll share the beginning of our Vegas journey.
Okay.
Okay, and this is it ends well because I'm here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
spoiler alert.
He made it.
He's not in a Vegas gulag.
Yeah. Although I would, for the right price. So we're supposed to fly out of Des Moines at 3:30 on Allegiant. And Allegiant is very no frills.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that I was not on the plane the entire time this was happening because I may not have been able to feel my legs afterwards. So 3:30, we're supposed to fly out of Des Moines. We get there 2 hours early, check all the stuff, whatnot. And then the plane that we're going to take to Vegas comes in from wherever it was.
Mhm.
The people get off the plane. They go in, they clean the plane, do all the other stuff. 3:30 comes, 3:30 goes. 4 o'clock rolls around and they go, hey, we've got a bit of a delay. We're not really sure what's going on, but there's going to be, there's a delay. We'll let you know more when we know more. And everybody's like, okay, well, this stinks, but okay, whatever. 4:30 rolls around. And they're like, hey, we still don't know what's going on, but we're not going to begin boarding right now. So at least thank God we hadn't been boarded because then I think they keep you on the plane.
They do.
And it would have been a riot. 4:30 goes, 5 o'clock rolls around. At this point in time, people are wandering, they're getting drinks, they're getting food, they're getting restless. And I walk down further down the terminal and look out the windows. They have the side of the engine opened up like the hood of a car
Oh, wow.
on our plane with 3 guys with wrenches and stuff
Yeah.
tooling around with the engine on the plane.
Okay.
So I go back and I report to my wife. I'm like, I don't think we're going to Vegas today.
They're changing the muffler on this
Yeah,
plane.
like they're trying to like update the NOS. I don't know what they're doing right now. And at this point in time, other people start to realize that, and they're like, "Oh my God, get us another plane. We need to get to Vegas because we had tickets for a 9:30 show,
Okay.
and there were people that had 7 o'clock shows.
Mhm.
So like, if that plane leaves Des Moines at 6, you can be in Vegas at 7.
Mhm.
But you still have to get off the plane, get to wherever
Right.
you're going, all this other sort of stuff. And so the airline says the next flight out of Des Moines is Monday,
Oof.
and it's Friday. And so people start looking and they're like, there's a plane leaving Cedar Rapids in 2 hours going to Vegas,
And you
and
can,
it's like, okay, Des Moines to Cedar Rapids, we can make it.
yeah.
We can do
Right.
that. And so there's some people that are, thinking about doing that. Eventually, they finally get us on the plane.
Okay.
And you're wondering, okay, is this thing safe to fly?
Sure.
We just spent 3 hours on the ground. It was 7 o'clock when we finally took off.
Holy bull.
Yeah,
Wow.
3.5 hours waiting for them to get this thing going. And then it's like, is this engine going to make it?
Right.
Like, oh dear God,
Oh,
what are
my.
we doing? We eventually get to Vegas.
Yeah.
We land. It's fine. It's 8 o'clock. We get our luggage. I use Uber for the first time in my life,
Okay.
and didn't end up dead in the desert,
Okay.
which was a major concern.
Wow.
Like, am I going to die? I've
Yeah.
never done Uber before. This guy seems nice. There's
Very
a
safe.
cross hanging from his rear view mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I misunderstood when you said not dead in the desert. I thought you meant from the plane ride. Because let's be honest,
No.
in that situation, you'd have been dead in like Indianola.
Right now, the people in
Up and
Johnston
down.
are just. But we get so we get in the Uber at 8:30. We're going to the Flamingo, is where our hotel was. We get to the hotel at 9. We're on the 24th floor,
Oh,
something like
wow.
that. And so get our checked in, get up to the room. It's 9:10. We're going to a Vegas show. We're going to see RuPaul live.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have seats row 2 right next to the catwalk. I mean.
God.
This
How cool.
this was like the point of the Vegas
Mhm.
trip was to go to this. And so my wife wants to put on a dress. I put on my nice button-up shirt. She refuses to allow the bow tie, which sucked, but whatever. We get down to the casino floor, over to the showroom, into the showroom, sit down, curtain drops, light goes on.
Wow.
Yeah. Like that. I mean, it was like, holy crap. It has taken us 8 hours, with the time change to get here. And we got here and now we're here. Thank God.
Oh, that is incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
And it was a good show. Not that I'm like huge on watching dudes dress up like women and shake their stuff around, but it was funny.
They're
You know,
entertaining.
it was a good show.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really
She got to see Miss Vanjie, her favorite performer.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's familiar with
No, no.
Miss Vanjie.
Mm-mm.
See, that's the
Justin's
thing.
like, I have
See,
no
but that's
idea.
I relate though because Bailey was into it, right?
Oh yeah.
Super into it.
Yeah.
So
Everybody around was into it. I was
Right.
clapping. I was not like
And then
getting
you
up and going,
Yeah,
but
right.
then
was
you
not
found
me.
yourself
Yeah.
like giving in, right? Like for me, it was the Backstreet Boys. I took my wife to see the Backstreet Boys in Vegas, and like
That's some
it
good
was
stuff.
just 30-something-year-old women, as far as the eye could see, living out a teenage girl fantasy that maybe they just never got to see them in their prime, and like everyone was just
Having
so
fun.
happy and
Yeah.
so entertained, and like you couldn't not be. And like, but that's what the same thing was. It's like I told myself, I was like, the 14-year-old me would be just disgusted. You know, he'd be like,
Yeah.
"You did what? You went to see who?
what?
That's
Yeah.
not metal at all, dude."
Right.
And like, but like, it made my wife so happy that I'm like, this is amazing. I'm so glad to do this. Like, it's her 30th birthday. It was the 20th anniversary of I Want It That Way coming out.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The music video, and everyone knew but us, so everyone like was in white, all
And like
white.
the 20th
And,
anniversary
like,
of the Millennia album or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Or was
And,
that In Sync?
No, that was Backstreet
That's- was it?
Boys,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
All right.
Backstreet, yeah.
And it was the final week of like they'd done like a 2-year residency, and it was the last 9 shows.
Oh wow.
So there was it was cool, and
But it's
I was
like-
very entertained by those boys from the
You get in
Backstreet.
there and you have fun. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
not my first time seeing a drag show. I've been to probably half dozen maybe with
Sure.
my wife, probably less than a half dozen. But yeah, I do have to admit it is the first time that I was not left alone in the bar during a drag show, because most of the time she'll have to go use the restroom, and most of the people there are women at the drag show, and so it's like an 8-hour wait
Yeah.
to pop a squat.
Yeah.
And so meanwhile, I'm just standing there trying to look as like heterosexual as possible,
Yeah.
and just like, nope, I'm just a dude,
when,
just a dude,
when we did our
standing by himself.
when we did our
Jeez.
bachelorette
Yeah.
parties when we got married, we went to Minneapolis. Me and my dudes and my mom and Alyssa and her friends all went to the Gay 90s and went to a drag show. And Alyssa
That
told,
first floor is scary as hell, man.
and I've never been, but she told me all about it.
Oh, the
But
second floor is cool, but that
Yeah.
first floor I don't like.
She said, yeah, told me about it. She said that one of the drag queens, like, because when she said it was her bachelorette party, and like brought her on stage and like grabbed her hand and was like, "Where's the rest of the ring, sweetie?" And I thought to myself, like, that was my grandma's diamond, and I'm a nice guy, and that drag queen doesn't know me like that, and I don't appreciate that. That's not very nice.
Oh.
But no, I'm sure she would have liked me if she meant. I don't. That's the thing about the pronoun thing with drag queens, because they're
It's girl.
in performance, but a
Yeah.
lot of them are dudes in their normal life. So it's like you want to, you know what I mean? You
Mhm.
don't want to.
Well, when
Like, we work
when
with the-
she's in character.
Yeah, we work with a drag queen comedian, and I know his real name is a man, and
Mhm.
but when he's performing his female, I don't want to say character. I
Mhm.
don't even know. That's such a
Mhm.
weird subgroup of like
Yeah.
that isn't described very often as
Right.
to what they prefer. But I say she when I
Yeah.
introduce them. You know, so
Does
and they've never corrected me.
does she dress in drag just in her real life, or is that just
Nope,
her character?
That's just for comedy.
That's just
yeah,
her
and I
character.
think maybe like socially sometimes like but like I know like at work and normal life,
Sure.
it's
Huh.
he's just his normal man
Okay.
self.
Okay.
So
First time I had a conversation with them,
yeah,
was weird. I was very aware of the conversation I was having, because I'm like, am I having a conversation with you, or am I having a conversation
Yep.
with your character
and
right
sometimes
now?
the veil if you once you talk to him enough, the veil will slip a little.
Yeah. And then
And,
it was a very normal conversation about the weather. And I think I was having a problem with my gutters. And, here I'm talking to this large man dressed as a woman about
Yeah.
my gutter issues.
Right.
And he's, they are like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it's
I've
tough."
never seen I've never seen them break character.
Oh.
And I've
yeah,
I've
it
seen
doesn't
her
happen that often.
I've seen her perform
They
a lot.
they had their dad had some health issues, and we
Okay.
had like a serious conversation, and there was no character there then.
Okay.
And they also did a show with us where they'd had like a chest cold, and he's like, "You're not getting the lady tonight." And I thought that was fantastic. But Yeah, it's in, like it's they're also not the type of person that gets offended either.
Sure.
Like very.
Well, if you're going to be a
so
comedian, you
yeah,
kind of got to have
so
thick skin.
you'll never get corrected
Yeah.
by them. You
And
know
she
what I
has some very risque
mean? Yeah,
outfits, like
she's a brick house.
yes, but like also showing up in like black lingerie. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my. And the
Sometimes
boots.
That's the summer outfits.
That's-
Sometimes
yes.
I'm worried the cubes are gonna come out onto the chair.
The
Sometimes.
cute.
As long as they don't land on my signature.
Yeah,
so.
Sometimes you got to put it on the table. show
That's
'em what you're
right.
working
Let it
with,
all
you
let
know?
it all roll, I guess.
But it's what time to be alive. We're all trying our best.
I love that.
No, it was fun. One part of the drag show, they had one of those money guns,
Uh-huh.
that shoots out money,
Yeah.
and it was like raining $100 bills down in this theater, and we're
Real?
right up. But I thought so. They looked really
Oh,
friggin' real,
that would've been-
really friggin' real. And one of them landed right by Bailey, my wife's foot, and I'm like, "Get the money,
Get,
get the money,
Put it in
get the
your
money." Like just like drop
Yeah.
your phone or something. Just
Yeah.
get the money.
Yeah, right.
Because maybe they come and pick it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Vegas. Maybe you just get that. Like,
Yeah.
you spent this much on tickets.
They got it like
You
that.
know? And so we grab it
It's in
and
the budget.
she
It's in
sets
the
it on the table, and I'm like, holy, that's $100. And then she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, look, it's got the stripe, it's got all the stuff,
Really?
but it was prop money.
Oh.
It was looks like it, doesn't feel like it, and then it says motion picture money and all that other sort of
I
stuff.
wanted that for you, Joe.
But we grabbed 3 of them. So we've got one, and then she gave one each to friends that she watches RuPaul with.
Oh, very cool. That's
So,
nice.
Yeah,
Nice
it was
little,
like, hey,
little-
here's the souvenir. This
souvenir.
is from the drag
So you
show.
made it to
That's really cool.
Vegas, saw the show, and walked out with $300 drag dollars.
$300 drag dollars. That is correct.
Success.
And a $31 bar tab for a vodka cranberry and
And
a
then
Miller
and you go,
Lite.
and how much
Shut
is that in
up.
drag dollars?
Right.
What's the conversion rate
What,
here?
can I give you 300?
Yeah.
The drinks out there are
Oh yeah.
out of
Oh.
control.
Just another time when I'm glad I don't drink.
Oh my God.
alcohol.
I gave them $35 and a look that said, that's as good as it gets. Like, please don't come back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to say no in front of my wife at this show. So just leave us alone at this point in time.
Mike Ewing that we've had on the show, him and his wife were just in Vegas like a couple months ago, and he was telling me about some of like their
It's
bar tab
nuts.
for like a glass of wine and like a bourbon, and it was
Mhm.
like just out of control.
You know
When
what's
I-
worth it? Bellagio buffet.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
Oh
right.
my God.
So
$50.
when
to
I
get
went
it. So
to-
good.
Really?
When I took lists
Yum.
on that same weekend, we went to there's a really fancy Italian restaurant in what's the one with all the fountains? The
Bellagio.
fountain
Bellagio.
show? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a really fancy Italian restaurant that just sits on the other side of the water from those fountains. And I got us the booth that sits right in the glass during so like you're like
At
on
night?
the
Oh.
wall during the fountain show. It was like an evening before the Backstreet Boys show. So like at
Beautiful.
sunset.
Yeah.
And here's where my true class in life shines through. We're there. I'm in sweatpants. And cloth napkin type, real expensive, fancy type place. We're doing it up, birthday time. And the wine list is like, and this was before I'd quit drinking. The wine list was like a hardcover book.
Yeah.
And I opened it up and I'm looking and I'm overwhelmed. Most of it's in either an Italian or French, and it's all very expensive. And the dude comes over in a tuxedo. like he's going to be in somebody's wedding. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Are you looking at the wine list, sir?"
As you're looking at the wine list.
In my mind, I just felt like the entire world was judging me anyways. That instead of realizing what his intent was, I closed it and said, "Sorry, do you need it?" Like I thought they only had one. And I was holding up the fancy wine people from picking the shit they already knew they wanted. They're like, "Hey, sweatpants, let's be honest. You ain't buying no wine, dude." That's what I thought he was saying to me. He's like, "No, I'd like to help you." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it together. I want some wine with my sketty."
Sir, if you turn to page 3, that's where the Snow Creek Berry and the Thunderbird is.
Yeah, I was so sure he was
Boone's
sick of my
Farm.
shit. That's just what I gathered. Are you looking at the wine list? Sorry, you're right. I don't have any business. I don't.
This is a wonderful 2018 vintage.
Just bring us the noodle caboodle and we'll be good.
Do you guys have anything of the cooler variety?
Do they give you free bread at the expense of Italian place?
No.
No?
Do you have anything from Bartles or James?
And afterwards, I would like a Benson or a Hedges. No cigar for me, sir. Long, skinny cigarette.
Oh my.
So
That is it was a very beautifully painted picture of
it's 100% true.
it's fancy.
I embellish none of it.
I love that.
It's the kind of I don't know. I feel anymore like the anxiety that I've yet to deal with everything that's going on, like has me just I don't feel as poised as I used to be in certain situations.
You're less
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But embrace it.
Yeah, like I just had a physical at the doctor's, first one in like 2 decades, and it went fine. All my, he's checking out my sounds with his stethoscope, and the blood work's good, and everything's going fairly well, I think. And he says to me, he goes, "I want you to stand up and drop your mask for me to check you out quick." I was like, "Cool." I stood up and I got my sweats about to my knees, full package in this dude's face before he goes, No, your mask. You want to pull those up? And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." And I just pulled my pants back up. And he's like, "We don't really do that part anymore unless you got a concern down there. Are you concerned down there?" And I went, "No." He's like, "Cool. Well, just say then." And I'm like, "All right." And it was so awkward the rest of the time.
I can't believe that. When you told me that, I died.
And that was just the waiting room. No,
Oh, yeah.
no.
I thought he was weirded out, but he invited me to dinner next weekend. So
I'll order the wine.
Yeah.
And you thought you wouldn't have a date for Valentine's Day.
I know. And he's a doctor.
Oh wow.
Things are looking up.
Oh, you deserve good things.
I know. I'm trying, but
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, man.
It's so good. How's your journey to 100 shows going?
Oh man, it's been a journey. That's a good word for it.
Because your goal, for anybody who's listening is not sure what we're talking about, Justin had a personal goal this year to perform 100 shows.
For those who really don't know what we're talking about, I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. In fact, just turn it off.
Yeah,
at this
you know
point.
what? Yeah,
You're late
it's-
to the party.
You're way behind. But yeah, I kind of loosely at the beginning of the year, like that's something. So this year's, I'm about to hit 5 years doing comedy.
Mhm.
And it's something we've always talked about where it's like, man, I bet we do about 100 shows a year, but we never kept track ever. And the beginning of this year, especially after COVID, where we hardly got to do any shows, I was like, I'm going to keep track this year. And I'm going to, like, at the end of the year, I can look back and see how well I did. And I think I just kind of gave myself a loose goal. Like, I'd like to try to do 100 shows if I can. And I didn't know last January how easy that was going to be because things still weren't,
Right.
fully in swing. But I kept track. And then by like September, October, I realized like this is doable. Like I could, if I really get after it, do a few things I normally wouldn't do, play a couple rooms maybe I normally would skip. I was like, I can do this. And I just went and did 2 open mics last week, which was the last 2 I needed. I have enough on the calendar through the year now to get to 100.
Nice.
And I, ever the romantic, I timed it to where December 30th is my 5-year anniversary of doing comedy. My very first show is December 30th, 2016. So that's going to be my 5-year anniversary and my 100th show on the same night. I'm going to do a feature at Laredo's, invite a lot of my friends out to come do sets and just have a free show. And
That's going to be awesome.
Is that a Friday?
It's a Thursday. Actually.
Thursday.
The day before New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve is on a Friday this year. So
People be wild now.
porthole to hell.
Porthole to hell.
If it existed.
Oh.
We're not going. That's not this type of show. We're not
No,
going to go.
not tonight.
Friends with Death Benefits does not endorse or necessarily agree with the opinions of Justin Paulson.
I'll come
But
on for
yeah,
that.
so that could be your triumphant return, possibly.
Yeah, we'll see.
To the stage.
If nothing else,
maybe.
support you.
Yeah, man.
Start
So,
laughing right before the punchline.
If anybody,
You're like,
yeah,
oh, this one's gonna be good. No, seriously, this
finish
one-
them for me, yell it out, be like, you son of a
You
bitch.
bastard.
But yeah, if anybody that listens to the show has never seen me perform or lives locally, and you know, somehow I was at work at my day job, and I was over at a pharmacy, in another couple towns over, and I was all my greeting card stuff it's a pharmacy, so it's all behind their counter. So one of the ladies brings it to me and she goes, "Do you got a podcast?" I was like, "I do." And she's like, "I was listening this week and you're fucking hilarious." And like, it was in the lobby around all these old people trying to get their Motrin. And like, I was just like,
ivermectin.
and I
Oh,
was just
God.
like, wow. And I was like, and she's like, I didn't expect a show about that kind of material to be that funny. She's like, but I really liked it. I'm going to keep listening. And I was like, that's
Well,
really
thank
great.
you.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I told Tiff, and I was like,
So how'd she hear about it?
I didn't ask. I didn't even think. I was so taken back by it. I didn't want to be like, oh, tell me more about how you like me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get a lot of that.
Yeah.
You want me to sign anything while I'm
Yeah,
here?
what's up? It's
Should
cool.
we
You
get
want
a
to take some
selfie?
pictures?
Yeah.
You want to call your mom? What's up? I don't know. What's happening?
Take my
What are
temperature.
you doing this weekend?
Yeah,
I don't know. You got anything free I can have? Got a lot of stuff here. I don't know. A lot of nice stuff.
You guys still give out mints?
It's like this whole, greeting card thing. Just, I got a lot of stuff. I'm podcaster, comedian. I don't. But yeah, you got any cards I need to put out? Just got my scanner here in my purple apron.
Do you have to wear a purple apron?
I don't have to, but it's convenient, and they gave it to me, so I use it.
Okay.
It's like one of those half aprons,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep all my gadgets.
Your goodies in
I
there.
got my paper cutter and my,
Ooh.
I got my scanner and I got my
Okay.
sorted pens, and
Wow.
I
How
hate my life. Oh, every time I go there, it's just like this last Friday, I'm just putting away all these sympathy cards and Merry Christmas Mom cards.
Mhm.
And I'm just thinking I'm doing a comedy club tonight in Des Moines, downtown Des Moines. I'm somebody, damn it. I have to convince
This is
myself.
not my life.
Yeah.
This is not.
I have
This
to,
doesn't define me.
no, but what do you do?
What do you do?
But yeah, I have a few private parties, a few open mics, and a few features, and it's kind of crazy. I don't. It's kind of crazy one for me personally because it was a huge undertaking, and I'm not one to necessarily always complete
Things.
big goals like that.
Yeah.
Goals are good.
Goals are
And also, I don't believe, to my knowledge, that there's another single comedian in the entire state of Iowa that's put up that kind of numbers this year.
Boom.
And in comedy, it's all about reps. It's all about how much you're getting up. And scientifically speaking, I think it's safe to say that I'm the best comedian in the state.
Based on facts.
It's
and
the numbers. They don't lie.
They
It's
don't.
science.
They don't.
It's
They don't.
It's math. Math
It
is
is.
the universal
It is.
truth.
There
Yep.
you go.
Mhm. So, I
Proud to
guess
know
I'm trying
you.
to say it's going all right.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's one of the few things that's got me feeling all right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Helps me forget about the
Ride that wave, baby.
Yeah,
Ride it all the way.
ignore the sadness sharks that are lurking
That's
just
right.
underneath
Yes,
it.
yes.
Just ride
Pay
it to
no
shore.
attention
Yeah,
to the tidal wave.
ride it to shore.
Oh.
But
That's-
yeah, I would love to have both of you there to
Heck yeah.
celebrate with me that night
Totally.
if you're available.
Can do it.
What's the cover?
The cover charge on the
Yeah.
show? Oh, it'll be free.
Okay. Can I get on the list
Sure.
anyways?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep,
Okay.
you'll be on. Just see me. Make sure if they give you any guff at the door. Just
Don't tell Matt. Be like, I'm on the list.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I know,
it's
I know,
fine.
okay.
It's fine. It's
Be
fine.
like, what the hell are you talking
Yeah.
about?
It's fine,
VIP.
dude,
I
it's
just
fine.
want a cool badge. Give me some kind of.
Will you just please try to keep me from coming in so that I can tell you no? Please. I just want to. Can we exclude just a few people so I feel more important?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I bring my wife and kids and you could just tell them they can't come in before they go home? And
What time does it start? 9?
I'm
8?
8 or 9 probably. I'll let you know.
Okay.
It's still kind of that's actually the first time I've announced it. So
Oh,
Okay.
using the show to
But
make big announcements in life.
nice. Okay.
because
All
our
right.
listeners that's who I care about.
Me too. Me too.
Not pandering at all.
No. Nobody thinks you are.
Mm-mm.
We think you are.
Yeah, would they?
we
Yeah,
do.
well,
We do. Well, guys, that's about all I got for the week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna do. We gotta think about something, some kind of Christmassy
Yeah.
situation. So we gotta ponder bringing in the Christmas spirit with the show here.
You got their number?
Hmm.
The Christmas spirits?
No,
Can we bring them in? Are they available?
I deleted them from my contacts.
Mhm.
Wintergreen schnapps.
Ooh, ooh, no,
Mm.
Rumplemints.
Mm.
Ooh,
That makes my heart hurt.
I just got a
I got sad.
second.
Oh, different spirits.
different
Okay.
spirits.
Sorry,
different
I got
spirits.
sad when you said Rumplemans.
Did you? Yeah. Your heart just started palpitating and your mouth got all dry and yeah.
Mm.
God, I love that stuff. One will do you though.
I've had such horrible experiences
Yeah.
with that stuff. Like it's been weaponized in my life.
Yeah.
Like I've had friends be like, "Hey, let's put 2 or 3 shots of this stuff in front of Justin at once because we know he'll drink it, just to see if we can get him to throw up because it's funny."
Your friends suck.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have friends anymore. I don't.
Yeah. Good riddance.
You know, a lot of those bar friends, you quit drinking,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
That's all right.
That's all right. But yeah, I think that's still surprising to some people
That you
because it's such a weird transition. Of I never was like, I'm quitting drinking.
You just
You
stop
know,
doing
I
it.
never announced
Yeah.
it. I just kind of stopped doing it. And like, there's still friends that don't know that,
mm-hmm.
you know, because it's like even people that still drink, you get older, you don't go to the bar as much. And for me, it's just like, they'll be like, we should go have a beer sometime. And I'm just like, oh, I'll hang out with you. But and they're like real confused by that. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? You used to be at the bar every night when you're
Yeah.
20s. It's like, yeah, well, now I'm 36. And
Yeah.
You've changed, man.
and, yeah,
Used to be fun.
used to have a mom.
Yeah.
Life has a weird way of changing
Yeah.
perspectives.
Lots of things have changed.
But so yeah, it's interesting kind of making my money in places that sell alcohol,
mm-hmm.
having the opinions about alcohol that I do.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Mm-hmm. I will say, like, just circling back to people who listen to the show and messages and stuff, we do get a lot of messages from people about particularly the episodes where we talk about alcohol and the
it touches a lot of people.
detriments that it has on people's lives. So yeah, I think it's really brave to say those things to strangers, like, hey, yeah, my mom died from blah blah blah, or I've struggled with alcohol or whatever. So I think it goes to show that it's a big problem out there.
And it's the stuff most people like sweep under the rug. They don't want to talk about,
Mhm.
and we're just down to talk about it.
Yeah,
So I think that's people like that.
Totally.
And we're down to talk about anything. That's why you should ask us questions.
yes, ooh,
Leave
yeah,
comments.
nice,
King
yeah,
of the segue.
great segue. Yeah, give us some stuff to talk about.
I imagine we'll do at least 1 or 2 more before the end of the year, but it's
Mhm.
it's been an interesting year for sure.
It's been a really interesting year. And last year for Christmas, we had Bo in here and we talked about
That's right.
the
we did.
spirit and the spiritual side of grief and stuff. That was good. We've come a long way. And I've digressed in that area a little bit, but
Mm.
that's okay. It's all right. Or maybe I've just awakened.
Hard to tell yet.
I've transcended it, okay?
Yeah.
And that's fine.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Should we get a mall Santa?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Nothing would give me greater joy than a
Can you imagine
half-crocked mall
the
Santa.
grief that a mall Santa feels about their life on a day-to-day
I
basis?
would love to interview a mall Santa.
Santa, can I get the Super Hot Wheels Ultimate Car Garage playset? Looking over at mom and dad like, we'll see what we can do, kid. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
That's got to feel bad.
That you're so right.
Where you're just like, I don't know, kid. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Based on the fact that you're
I don't
wearing
mean to
high
judge.
waters,
yeah.
you are
Like
only
nobody's
wearing, one
wearing
sock.
corduroy these days, kid. I
Right.
don't know.
See,
I
now
don't
it
think it's gonna
seems
happen
even
for you.
more important because you went like a cool route where it's like, oh, these poor mall Santas have to like feel bad for these kids. I was just thinking about what type of person has gone through the things in their life that makes them decide to be a mall Santa.
Yeah.
You know
They'd be
what I
like,
mean?
shut up,
Like-
card
they'd be
boy.
like, yeah.
At least people love me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Some kind of community service.
But that's true. Like the you know, there's probably some serious sadness that comes along with that. Like,
Do you think that there are parents out there who think,
Or
like,
a little kid that's like, I just want my dog back for Christmas.
oh my God.
I wish my dad would come home.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we could post bail money for my dad. Yeah. Oh, Joe. Sad, but also relevant.
Poignant.
Do
Yes.
you know a guy?
Right. I can make some calls.
Okay. All right.
Should we just go troll Southbridge and be like, you want to do a podcast?
Actually, I don't know. I think Santa's only going to be there one more time this year. There's not a lot of Santa there, but I do have a schedule of all of Santa's appearances
Oh,
All right.
wow. Yeah. How does one get wrapped up with the gig?
of being Santa.
Yeah.
Well, first you need a high A1C. So
I'm out.
I'm out.
Or wait, no, I'm in a high A1C.
yeah, you need an A1C that's at least 8. So no, I have no idea.
Remind me to tell you guys a really off-color joke about mall Santas when we go off the air, but
Okay.
I don't want to lose that many listeners today.
Oh, man.
I enjoy you guys, both of you.
Thank you.
I like
Same.
doing.
I
this
enjoy our
show.
time.
This is great.
It's a bit selfish in ways on my part. Not that I'm taking anything away from you two, but it's like, as much as I like doing this show and being honest and helping people, I feel like it helps me too quite a bit.
Mhm.
And thank you guys for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's been a weird year, and you guys have,
Yeah.
in a lot of different ways, helped me navigate quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
Helped me think about things maybe I wouldn't have. So
I'm here to share that space for sure. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
and you like me too.
I do like you. I do. Contrary to popular belief, he's fine.
Whatever.
All right. Well, I guess we'll kind of wrap it up here. And just want to reiterate, send us those questions. Let us know what's rattling around in those gourds of yours out there. And we'll hit you back up. And
And if you're
for some-
struggling through this whole holiday thing like we are, something I've been trying to do, and I'm so the last guy in the world that should give anybody advice on how to feel better about anything, but you only know your personal experiences. And I've been trying really hard to, when I get in moments of just everything seems to kind of suck, I've been trying to find something. It's cheesy at times and hard for me, but something that like I'm really happy about, or something that I'm really like excited about, or that's going well, or that I have that maybe a lot of people don't have. And I try to focus on that at least for a
Mhm.
little bit.
Mhm.
And it's been helping a little bit. It's hard,
Yeah.
but like I said the other week on the show, is my goal is to try to be at least less of a bummer to other people during the holidays. So I'm trying my best.
Yeah. It's paying off.
I'm trying my best.
I can tell.
But,
I appreciate that. about
so
you.
yeah, if you're struggling, just try your best. You know, that's
Yeah.
all anyone can expect of you.
Everybody's trying
Life's
their
hard.
best
Wear a
out
helmet.
here. Yes. That's the best advice. And, we're always here to walk through this with you.
Yeah, shoot us a message, shoot us
Yeah.
an email, whatever, whatever
Mhm.
easiest for you. We love talking to people.
Absolutely.
We're very approachable.
Most of us. Very
Joe's kind of a rock star, but
Yeah.
we'll pass the message along.
I'm approachable. Sometimes you just got to walk and talk. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yes.
I can't
I
stand.
don't want people
We've got to
thinking-
keep moving.
We've got
Let's
to move.
walk and talk.
I just am saying I don't want people thinking they can just reach out to the host of the Joe Show like you're just that. You know what I mean? There's
No, they
gotta be
can.
it's got to be a barrier there. Joe, I'm
can.
trying to make myself feel cooler by knowing you, and I'm trying to give myself some
I-
type of exclusivity.
Let him
here.
fluff. Let him
like in
fluff.
between like 6 and 8, I'm probably not going to respond
Yeah,
to
no,
messages because it's like supper time and getting kids in
Yeah.
bed and
Right.
Well, he responds to me during that time, and not you.
I do.
guys. So there was. That's all I needed. I just needed something over the rest
Yeah.
of the masses when it came to Joe Malone, and now I feel like I have it. So
Wow.
it's the
You
gift that
guys.
keeps on giving.
You guys are too much. I love it. All right, guys. Well, until we meet again.
Hang in there, guys.